Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's Tyagara here, and I welcome you guys back to yet another episode of Oot 3D 3-Heart Run. Now, in the last episode, we broke the German beetles out of prison after they were held hostage by the Gerudo. Doing so earned us the respect of the Gerudo, and now we can pass through whenever we please. With our newfound freedom in mind, we went and played a game of horseback archery and obtained, unfortunately, a second piece of heart, but also the biggest arrow quiver. So now as an adult, we can hold up to 50. This time, we're going to be doing a bit of side questing as a child, but we're going to finish things off by progressing the story just a little bit. But for now, we're going to head on over to the Happy Mask shop, because if you remember the guard from like episode 4 or 5, he mentioned something about a Keaton mask in Hyrule Castletown, and this is what he was talking about. Let's talk to this guy right here. Hi! Welcome to the Happy Mask shop! We deal in masks that bring happiness to everyone. How would you like to be a happiness salesman? I'll lend you a mask. You sell the money and bring the money back here. If you want to read the fine print, take a look at that sign right over there. If you've sold all the masks, you'll become happy yourself. Have faith. Yes, guys, this is the Happy Mask salesman. He plays a more prominent role in the game's sequel, of course, but some people forget that he's even in Ocarina of Time at all. But as you can see, we've borrowed the Keaton mask. Now, before we go and deliver this to that snooty guard by Death Mountain Trail, we're actually going to go back to Hyrule Castle for a second, and I will show you guys why in just a sec. Now then, just outside of Hyrule Castle, we're going to swim through the moat once again and collect some rupees all the while. Now, by this tree here, there's actually a secret grotto we can access with the Song of Storms. So why don't we just go ahead and whip out Eel Ocarina of Time and do that just now. Here we are. Alrighty, Shard of Agony going off, of course. La-ra, la-ra. And let it rain, let it rain. Here it comes. There you go. Let's head on through this grotto. And the other side of this wall here, we should find... You can already hear the gold skulltula rattling around there, so I'm just going to stand back a little. Oh, wait, actually, I would like to actually pick some of these up real quick. Let me just grab some empty bottles. One. Don't go too far, guys. And... awesome. Okay. Yes, this will be needed, of course, for... what else would it be for? Anyway, let's just drop a bomb here, and drop one there. Oh, looks like that did the Skulltula in one fell swoop. That's pretty awesome. I'm just gonna pull out my, not my map, but my boomerang, rather. There we go. Oh, and also I'm gonna put that on one up there. Shoot. Oh, not that. We're gonna whip our boomerang at that. And then we're gonna shoot this Waltula here. There you go. All right. One more, we'll just take him down because we feel like it. And now that that's taken care of, I will meet you guys back at Death Mountain Crater, actually. How's that sound? Good? Awesome. Now, of course, by Death Mountain Crater, we all know I actually meant the foot of Zora's River, so pardon me for that. But we're going to talk to our good buddy here, the Magic Bean Salesman, and just quickly top out on Magic Beans. So you can buy a total of 10 for the entire game. Of course, each one going up in price by 10 rupees. So by the end of this, I am going to be sucked dry in terms of my rupee count. I just want to fill out all the soft mounds of dirt because, you know, this is going to be a 100% run. Minus, of course, we already said it, I don't even have to say pieces of heart, but also, in case you're wondering why I haven't done the fishing hole yet, that's because it honestly serves no purpose. Because, yes, you get, you know, one piece of heart from it, but then you also get the golden scale when you come back as an adult. But the thing is, the only reason why you need the golden Zora scale is to get another piece of heart. So, it's just simply not necessary in this playthrough. As you can see, one more mound of magic beans ought to do the trick. Okay, and now he says, oh, too bad, we're sold out. Chomp, chomp. What? Oh, these beans are not for sale. Okay, so, real quick, we're just gonna plant one here. Yeah, I'm gonna try and hit every mound of soft soil in the game. There's one. We already got a bunch of others, as you've no doubt seen. But with that being said, guys, now I will actually meet you all back at Death Mountain Crater in just a second. Sound good? Awesome. Okay, here we are in Death Mountain Crater as a child, so naturally I need to make this quick because I don't have long before I turn to a pile of ash. So real quick, I'm gonna set my bottled bug to Y and my magic beans to X, and we're gonna kill two birds with one stone real quick by letting the bugs free here. Then we're gonna plant the magic beans as well, and now we just wait for the Skulltula to emerge. Hopefully it doesn't take too long because I really don't feel like dying right now. Here it comes. All right, jump slash. Miss entirely. Awesome. 2 slashes will do him in. Now, guys, next thing I'm going to do is show off our new warp song, actually, the Nocturne of Shadow, because we need to go to the foot of Death Mountain Trail. Of course, the fastest way to do that is by Kakariko Village, and this song, of course, will warp us to the graveyard. And look, it's all purple and stuff. Don't you just love the color purple? I know I've said it in a previous episode, but purple is far and away my favorite color, and I hope you guys like it too. Here we are in the graveyard, and next I will cut to us talking to the snooty guard just outside Death Mountain Trail. How's that sound, guys? Does that sound amazing? Does that sound absolutely fantastic? I really, really hope it does. Now, before you talk to our dear friend, the snooty guard, you want to make sure that you actually have the Keaton's mask equipped, like so. And now you talk to him? Whoa-ha-ha-ha! Do you think you're in disguise, Mr. Hero? Oh, is that a key something character mask? I heard he's very popular recently. He's my boy's favorite, that key something mask, if you don't mind. Will you sell it to me? My boy will be very happy with this. You really are Mr. Hero. Wahaha! Alright, we sold the 10 rupee mask for 15 rupees. We earned a little profit. Head to the mask shop and pay back the mask price of 10 rupees. I will see you guys there. Okay, here we are back in Hyrule Castle Market. Of course, I used the warp from the Temple of Time to get here as fast as I could, and we're gonna talk to the Happy Mask salesman. Oh, great! You sold it! Please pay back 10 rupees for the Keaton mask now. Payment received. Okay, next we're gonna pull out the Skull Mask. You wanna borrow the Skull Mask? Yes, please. And I'm actually gonna need to collect a bit of rupees, because what if one of my customers shortchanges me? Now I'm gonna set that to 1, of course. In case you didn't notice, it actually replaced Princess Zelda's letter in our inventory here, so yes, why don't we just put it on 1 real quick? And I'm gonna collect some rupees from that house by the entrance, and then I will see you guys at our next destination, which is going to be the Lost Woods. Because, well, we got a skull mask. Now, who do we know that likes skulls? Give you a second if you can't really figure that out. But much like the Happy Mask salesman, this character is also very important in the sequel to this game. And again, let me know if you guys ever want me to do a 3-heart run of Majora's Mask. I have not played it nearly as much as I played Ocarina, but to be completely honest with you, I actually kind of like Majora's Mask more than Ocarina, just because the world is a lot more lively. I love how the side quests flesh out pretty much every character in the game. At least that's what it feels like. If you haven't played Majora's Mask, it's a really magical experience, and please don't let the timer turn you away from it. Alright guys, off I go to the Lost Wood. Of course, here we are back in the Lost Woods. We're gonna hang an immediate left and talk to our good buddy, the Skull Kid. First things first, we're gonna equip the mask, hop up on this tree trunk here, and talk to him. Eee, under that mask, aren't you that Kokiri kid? Alright, nice little flip there, buddy. Quite an unusual mask you have there, hee hee, I like it. It may make me look a little bit tougher. Hey, why don't you give it to me? Okay. Yowza, I'm gonna wear this all the time. He just gave you 10 rupees for this 20 rupee mask. You lost money on that deal. Go back to the mask shop and pay 20 rupees for the mask. The difference will have to come out of your own pocket. Yes, sadly, you do get shortchanged by the Skull Kid, and there's nothing you can do about it. So real quick, I'm just gonna come over to this mound of soil here and plant a magic bean. And then we're also gonna go back to Kokiri Forest because there's another one in there that we missed. Also, as you can see, he's got his mask on at all times now, and it doesn't look great on him. I'd much rather him wear that mask than a certain purple mask that is named after a certain female body part, but I digress. Here we are back in Kokiri Forest. We're gonna make our way on over to the shop and jump off, or not, just roll off because I was caught mid-roll animation. And walk over the tree branch there, which is really nice, or the root rather, and plant the magic bean here. Hey guys, see you back at Hyrule Castle Town for our delivery of the money from that mask that we lost 10 rupees on, sadly. Cool? Awesome. Once again, using the Prelude of Light to warp us back to Hyrule Castle Town Market. Here we go inside of the Happy Mask shop. Let's report that deal to the Happy Mask salesman. All right, paying him 20 rupees. Next, we're gonna grab the Spooky Mask here for 30 rupees. I'm actually not gonna cut because this next delivery is actually super close to a warp point. We are going to be using our newfound song, The Nocturne of Shadow, once again. So I'm just gonna quickly set this to an item button, and then we're gonna whip out Yule Ocarina again. Awesome. Once again, that's, what do we say it was? Zilzer? Zilzer? Because of the 2 Y's, you gotta enunciate it a little. Alright, warp into the graveyard. Now, who hangs around the graveyard? Is it Dampé? Well, only at nights. Yep, that's right, during the day, it's that little brat who threatens to rat us out to Dampé for moving gravestones around, even though Dampé really doesn't care. So yes, we're gonna equip the Spooky Mask. Don't we look nice and terrifying? And we're gonna bring it over to this little boy over here. Where is he? Should be making the rounds by here by now. There he is. Okay, buddy. How would you like to look nice and spooky for spooky season, even though this is going up sometime in January? Yeah, it's Dampé the Gravekeeper! Oh, it's just a mask. I get a different kind of fright from that mask than I get from Dampé. Will you give that mask to me? With this mask, I'll be just like Dampé. Here's my money. You sold the 30 rupee mask to a kid for full price? And he didn't mind paying at all. Head back to the mask shop to pay 30 rupees for the mask. You can get the new mask model too. Oh, perfect. Let's do just that then. Here we are back in Hyrule Castletown Market for the second last pickup of the day, but the final delivery. So let's just talk to the mask salesman real quick. Yes, we did sell it to a child for full price. And here we have the bunny hood. Now, much like the Happy Mask Salesman, this plays a pretty important role in the sequel game. Though it's not quite integral to the plot, it's more so the mechanics it offers in terms of gameplay. The Happy Mask, or the bunny hood, excuse me, actually significantly improves your speed. Like when you equip it in Majora's Mask, you move significantly faster than you would otherwise, which really helps since you know that game has a timer, which again is something that turns a lot of people away from it. But honestly, I ask you to give Majora's Mask a chance if that's the one thing keeping you from playing it. Because you actually, if you play the Song of Time backwards, it will slow down and you can take the game at a nice, easy pace, and having the bunny hood really helps with that. Now, something else that's worth noting about the bunny hood, at least in Ocarina of Time, is once night falls, I want to show you guys something. Till then, our objective is to track down the running man over here, as you can see, and we need to follow him around until he stops to take a rest. Now, some of you may know the bunny hood from Smash Brothers, where it functions a similar purpose to what it does in Majora's Mask, only dialed up to like 11, because you move crazy fast and jump crazy high in that game with it equipped. But yes, Majora's Mask, it just gives you a nice comfortable speed boost, which honestly I wish was the standard running speed for Link in every game in the series. Anyway, we should be coming up on nightfall now. Stalled children should be spawning any second now. Or not. That's because the bunny hood actually keeps them away from you. It prevents them from spawning at all is what I should be saying. And you'll see that as soon as we give it to the running man here, when he stops, the stalled children will start coming up like crazy any second. Alright, let's talk to him now. I bet with those long ears, you can even hear the voices of the spirits. I guess what he's trying to say is, I bet you could get so high that you could hear heaven. Oh, these are genuine rabbit ears from the animal of legend! I don't care how expensive it is. Please, sell it to me. Yes! My long-time dream! Returning to the wildlife! Finally, the actor, stage, and prop have been united! It's a 50 rupee mask, but he paid you a crazy amount of money for it. More money than you can count! Go back to the mask shop and pay back just 50 rupees of this money. And you can hear them spawning in as soon as I handed it over, so let's just take care of these guys. What? Oh, right, the overhead slash went over my Deku shield. Unfortunate, but yes, I will see you guys back at Hyrule Castletown Market. Sound good? I really hope it does, because I'm gonna get swarmed by stalled children in a second. Let's just take care of them real quick before we cut. There we go, and get some recovery hearts. Hey, bye! Alright, that's all the masks we have to deliver. Let's let the Happy Mask salesman know how it went. Oh great, you sold it! Please pay me back 50 rupees for the bunny hood now. Oh yeah! Very well done, all the masks are sold out! I knew I could trust you! As a reward, I will lend you this special mask. This is the Mask of Truth. It is a mysterious mask passed down by the Sheikah. With this mask, you can see into other people's minds. It's useful, but scary. Why is it scary? You may find out as you grow older and wiser in the ways of the world. Ho ho ho! Yes, it is the Mask of Truth. We can wear it with any face buttons, and now we can read people's minds, or more so, the Gossip Stones. We're gonna head on up here and talk to each and every Gossip Stone and see what they have to say for themselves. Let me just equip it real quick with Y. And how do we look, guys? Spooky, huh? Spookier than the spooky mask. Let's talk to him. Responding to your mask, this strange stone statue talks to you. I overheard this. Say that Gerudos sometimes come to Hyrule Castletown to look for boyfriends. That's how they're able to reproduce since their race is entirely female. Responding to your mask, this strange stone statue talks to you. I overheard this. Say that it is against the rules to use glasses at the treasure chest shop in Hyrule Castletown Market. I overheard this. They say that Malon of Lon Lon Ranch hopes a knight in shining armor will come and sweep her off her feet someday. Hear that, Link? Responding to your... Yeah. They say that Malon set the original record in the obstacle course at Lon Lon Ranch. Wait, in this timeline? As a child? That's pretty crazy, honestly. Just the fact that adult Link was barely able to edge her out means that she must be crazy talented as an adult. But anyway, guys, that's all we can do here in Hyrule Castletown Market for now, so I will meet you back in the Lost Woods for something else. Sound great? I really hope it does. Alright guys, see you in a sec. Okay, once again, returning to the Lost Woods, except this time, we're gonna go back to that spot where we met those two business scrubs, and remember how we planted a magic bean there a couple episodes back? Or a while back, rather, I should say? Anyway, that's where we're gonna be going, because there's actually a missable grotto buried in that giant bush at the back there. Do you see? I mean, obviously you can't see the grotto until you get a little closer. The butterflies let you know that something's up with this area. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the forest stage. This is just, I assume, like a little mini game where you just go up and talk to the scrubs. And these guys are discussing among themselves how they feel about us wearing the mask of truth. And now their leader has emerged. Let's see what he has to say. All my young Deku Scrub brothers say, you have a horrible face. But don't worry, we will reward you with many Deku Nuts. Of course, we will also enable you to carry more of them. Abracadabra, alakazam. You can now carry even more Deku Nuts. You can carry up to 40 nuts. Alright guys, that's every ammunition upgrade in the game. We are now carrying the maximum amount of arrows, Deku Seeds, Deku Nuts, bombs, and Deku Sticks. Now, without further ado, I'm going to warp back to Kakariko Village to show you guys something you've probably been waiting for me to do ever since we first became an adult and learned of a mysterious Ocarina boy who played the Ocarina 7 years ago and messed up the windmill for that happy guy playing his big rotating instrument thingy-majig. You'll see what I'm talking about. Here we are back in Kakariko Graveyard. I'm just gonna hop the fence real quick, and then I will meet you guys back in the windmill where we will fulfill our destiny. How's that sound? Sound good? I know I've said that like 10 times today, but I really hope it sounds good because much like Dunban, I'm a big fan of seizing my destiny. Alrighty. Okay, inside the windmill now, just a giant question mark. I am not about to ruin this man's day. I'm about to ruin his entire life. Go around and around and around. What fun! I'm so happy! I'm a music man who loves to go around and around, go around and around. I'm trying to come up with a musical theme inspired by this windmill, going around and around and around. Yeah, well, I've got some inspiration for you, pal. How's this sound? La-ra, la-ra. Have fun, my friend. Also, fun fact about this guy. Last year at Fan Expo, I actually saw someone cosplaying him. I just thought it was the coolest cosplay I ever seen. I will not be posting a picture because I do not have that person's consent, and I regret not going up to them and complimenting them on it. But nonetheless, this is what happens when you play the Song of Storms inside the windmill. As you can see, the well outside of the windmill is now being drained for some reason. Don't really know how that works. If you remember in the future, that giant shadow monster emerged from the bottom of the well. Here we are in the past. Maybe we can do something about that. So why don't we go... Actually, let's talk to this guy first. Go around, go around, go around. What? It's going way too fast. And we've set him on a spiral that he will continue to go down for the rest of his life. My work here is done. Speaking of, though, my work, I've just drained the well of Kakariko Village, so now everyone is going to die of thirst. But I'm just gonna drop on down, take the... or not take any fall damage whatsoever. Actually, without further ado, let's just head on inside this well here and see what it has in store for us. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the bottom of the well. Now, there's a lot of interesting lore surrounding this area as well as the Shadow Temple, which we will be exploring in an upcoming episode. To start things off here, I'm just going to rearrange my equipment a little. I'm going to equip some bombs and some Deku Sticks as well. But yes, there's some dark lore surrounding both the Shadow Temple and the bottom of the well, because just, you know, given the geography of the area, it's very likely that these two are, you know, for all intents and purposes in the story, part of the same dungeon. But I digress. You'll see some pretty graphic imagery in here. Also, here's a big bubble. You want to make sure that its flame is put out before you attack it, much like its smaller counterparts. But yes, if we go through, we walk through this wall here, for example, be like an execution chamber of sorts. It's a lot more graphic in the Shadow Temple. And that's because this is where the royal family would send their prisoners of war to die. Them and the Sheikah clan. They tried to bury it beneath the well, of course, and also within the Shadow Temple, which you will see, of course, in the next episode or two. But for now, we just obtained a new item. Those are bomb chews, one of my least favorite items in Smash Brothers, personally, because I hate all explosives in that game. I don't know about you, but it feels like I die at 20% if I ever get hit by, like, a bomb or a bomb chew. Anyway, here we have our first small key. So this is one of those rare, like, post-time skip Youngling dungeons that actually involves small keys and likes. As you can see, I'm walking through walls. That's because they are very elusive. And not to spoil anything, but there is an item we're going to be getting very shortly that allows us to see through these illusions. But anyway, here we have a giant Triforce, and of course this is the Ocarina of Time rule of thumb here. I want to play Zelda's Lullaby real quick. And just drain the pressure from the swelling. I mean, drain the water from this little area beneath the well. Makes you wonder how the, residents of Kakariko don't get sick from drinking this filthy, accursed water right here. Got another big Skulltula coming down, but you want to just hang it right here at this little intersection. Jump on down while the water's still draining. All that's in that chest is... It's either a recovery heart or some rupees. Let's see if we need them after this door here. Now here's something interesting. We've got a new type of enemy right here. They're much like their, sister species, the Redeads. I hope they like the beetles, because here comes the sun! Doo-doo-doo-doo! You want to, of course, stun it with the sun song. Whip out your Deku stick. Grab some fire from this torch here and hit with a jump slash. Just start wailing them on them. And they're dead. They are functionally identical to Redeads, so there's no need to worry about that. You can just, of course, stun them with the sun song and take them down real quick. As you can see, the torches indicate that a coffin will open every time you light one that's nearby. So we just want to go for this one in the top left corner here, so that is all we're after. There are a few keys in here. But the main draw, of course, on the inside is going to be another small key. Now, I know I said pre-time skip that, what separates the Young Link dungeons from the Adult Link dungeons is, of course, like, the contents, namely, small keys and boss keys and the likes. But, post-time skip, we got the bottom of the well and the first half of a big temple that's coming up that will also contain small keys. So, I guess it's just mainly, while Young Link had yet to be exposed to adulthood, I should say. The game tries to keep him within that little bubble, and, not expose him to the horrors of adulthood, namely, like, forgetting your keys. Oh my god, guys, have you ever been running late for work or something, and you can't find your keys anywhere, and you just start panicking and spiraling because, well, for obvious reasons. I mean, I know it's been happening to me somewhat in the course of my life. Here we have one locked door, so we're just going to use up one of our 3 small keys. And you already hear the rattling on the wall, guys. It's Skulltula hunting time. Alright, let's just take up this Dekubaba real quick. Get hit in the face by one of those pots. Grab a bit of magic there. Shoot him once, shoot him twice. And let's see if we can get it with that L targeting. Guess not. Alright, we tried our best, guys. But I love, catching them mid-backflip. Just looks so badass every time. Big fan of that. So, here's something you should be aware of. Looks like we can just waltz on over there and grab that chest, huh? Well, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Same goes for this one here, because you know how there are elusive walls? There are also elusive floors, and if you try to approach them recklessly, you will just simply fall to the pit below, which doesn't really have anything that we need to collect per se. No Skulltula items, nor are there any, key items. So instead, what you want to do is come to this room here. As you can see, you can walk on air. Want to make your way across here and shoot at the gold Skulltula in the corner. Pull out your boomerang. Of course, latch onto it. Another backflip. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, let's get this one piece up here. See if we can reach it with our boomerang. It looks like we probably can, but my aim was a little off, so let me try that again there. There we go. That's the ticket. And Navi's gonna tell me to take a break, of course, but I'm not interested in that, so we're just gonna go back through this door here and return to the central room. Next, we want to make our way to this top right corner here, at least I believe, because I don't have the compass. Crawl through yet another claustrophobic tiny crawl space. You guys notice that there are none of these in the adult timeline? I guess it's because, Adult Link is just too built to fit through the tunnels. Or the dungeon designers just completely forgot about them. Here we have a few fiery keys and another Beamos. And you can't just make your way on over to the other side of the room without any hitch, because of course you can fall through the floor. So I'm just gonna... Yes, there's a... Oh, let me just throw a bomb actually at the guy real quick. Take care of him. Oh, there I go. And yes, this is the lower part of the bottom of the well, and you only really come here if you mess up like I did there. You can circumvent that entirely with this dungeon item, which we will be obtaining real soon. You know what, I might as well just go for that. Meantime though, showing us shades of Dodongo's Cavern there with the chain reaction of bombs going off. I believe over here, actually, is where we'll find either the compass or the dungeon map. Alright, so let's pull these up here. We got a few more re-deads. Again, playing the sun song. On an island in the sun, we'll be playing and having fun, but I guess not down here in the bottom of the well, so I'm gonna jump slash you real quick. And then just go to town on you real quick before you grab onto me and kill me. And he's dead. Alright. Out of this chest here, let's see what we got. Will it be the compass? Will it be the dungeon map? It's 50-50. Let me know. Pause and come back to the video. It's the dungeon map. Okay, blue chambers are ones we've already visited. You can see this is a pretty small dungeon. There's not much you can miss out on, of course. We're just gonna walk across these wooden planks here, nice and slowly, because if you fall into that green poison down there, you will be hurt. As you can see, that re-dead right here is still stunned from when we played the sun song for their friend there. I'm gonna climb on up here, grab this silver rupee. I believe there's one more at the top of this second ladder here. Let's see. Nice and slowly up the ladder. If only there was one way you could go up automatically, you know, like in Xenoblade 3, how you can push on the control stick and your character will just keep moving forward. I love doing that to be lazy, you know, when going up a giant climbable wall there. But anyway, we got... I don't want to lock onto him, I want to readjust my camera. Exit right about here. Yep. Okay. Here we are back at the entrance. And this is a moat that we drained, playing Zelda's Lullaby, of course. Now, inside of this chest, I believe we'll have a few more bombs, not bomb chews. I'll show off bomb chews in another temple because they are not necessary here. But remember the bomb chew bowling alley from God knows how many episodes ago? Well, now we actually get to take some with us, which is really nice. Here we have another giant Skulltula here, so let's just stun it real quick, and then I want to jump slash! Ah! Turn around, please. Awesome. Backslash! It really is a backslash when you think about it. We go through this door here with an interesting looking symbol on it. We've got some weird hands sticking out of the ground, and here's another one of the game's most infamous enemies. The dead hand. Alright, so as the name implies, it is dead and it attacks you with its hands. What you want to do is back up and wait for it to look down upon you like so. Need to lower your head there, buddy. I guess because we're so close to the wall, he's not gonna do it. Come on, buddy. Look down on me. There we go. Alright. You can get some nice damage on him there with the spin attack. Gives you all the time in the world. You want to let the hands grab onto you in order to trigger its respawn. You can mash to get out of it if you don't want to be there, of course. Alright, so we can hear it rising from the ground now, so I just want to back up and just wait for him to approach me. Lock on with Navi. Wait for him to get a little bit closer. Says that again. I think it's a character in Star Fox 64 where they're like, "What's wrong? Come a little closer." God, with all these references to Star Fox 64, I might as well make that like one of my future Let's Plays. It would be a really short one, mind you, because you can clear the game in the hour, within like an hour. But you know what I'm thinking is, I just had this idea dawn upon me now. I could split it into multiple episodes where we do like the hard run and like the easy run, you know, going one way from Corneria and then the other because of all of its branch paths. And maybe even have like a bonus episode with some multiplayer action. But as you can see, despite how intimidating and creepy the dead hand is, it really does not take that much effort to... You raise me up! That's so funny, how its corpse... I've never seen that before. It usually dies, you know, within one of the 4 ends of the room there. But when it dies right on top of where the treasure chest spawns in, just... it levitates into the air. Anyway, guys, here we have the Lens of Truth. So I'm gonna take that now to the top left corner of the dungeon from before so I can actually get the final Skulltula instead of falling down to the basement below like I did last time. Alright, in the meantime, I'm not gonna cut ahead though because this dungeon is very small. It really does not take much time to get there at all. As you can see, yes, the re-dead does not take much effort at all to go down. It's pretty creepy and almost as creepy as this giant bubble here. Actually, in your guys' opinion, let me know in the comments. What is the creepiest Zelda enemy to you? Is it a Gibdo? Is it a re-dead? Is it a dead hand? Or is it Darklink? Because some people find Darklink to be kind of creepy. Love to know your thoughts. Without further ado, let's just go through yet another claustrophobic crawl space. Same one from before. Gonna real quick equip the Lens of Truth there. Just so I can actually see where I'm going. Gonna head through this door here. Once again, the fiery keys and the Beamos, I believe, are going to respawn. Unfortunate. We want to take them out before they touch us, actually, lest we lose our Deku Shield. Can't have that. Only I didn't grab that free one in Dodongo's Cavern, so I could replenish. Worst came to worst. Anyway, Beamos is down. Just hug the wall here, move our way along to this treasure chest now. As you can see, every time you interact with an item, the effects of the Lens of Truth go away, so I'm gonna have to readjust it every time. And also, you may notice my magic meter going slowly down. That is an effect of using the Lens of Truth. Here we have another like. Now this time, if it lunges at you, you can stun it with your boomerang and then jump slash it. Take him out nice and quickly there. Here we have the third and final Skulltula of the bottom of the well here, so let's just take him out real quick. Alright, can I get the third one without needing to use all targeting? Yeah! Okay. And then within this chest here, I think it's just gonna be a rupee. Yep, blue rupee. And that's all I really wanted to show off inside the bottom of the well. So, with that being said, guys, on today's episode of Oot 3D 3-Heart Run, hold on just one second. On today's episode of Oot 3D 3-Heart Run, we went back in time and we did the mask hunting side quest, and then afterwards, we went back to Kakariko and seized our destiny by playing the Song of Storms for the happy music guy in the windmill. Doing so, we drained the well, which allowed us to traverse along the bottom, and then we found the Lens of Truth, which we are going to need for the Shadow Temple here, but we'll come back for this in about 7 years or so. Till then, guys, my name's been Tayagara. I thank you all so much for watching, and I bid you guys farewell.